Hello everyone, welcome to the Embry-Riddle Digital Studio Adobe Illustrator tutorial. In today's video we're going to begin working on our beginner logo, and we're going to be focusing mainly on drawing our shapes and lines. A little advice I can give you is, before you start working in Illustrator, try and either freehand draw the logo or whatever you want to make on a piece of paper, or try and find something similar on the internet and then put that into Illustrator for you to trace. I personally find it pretty difficult to freehand on Illustrator. It's a lot easier to trace things, in my opinion. So to do that, we're going to go into Illustrator and click File and Place. This will open up your Finder or folder based on what software you're using. And this is the image I'm going to use. I'm just going to click Place and put it down. I'll scale it and I'll kind of just see if I can get it to fit perfectly. It's not good. Okay. And then once it's placed, you're going to want to go up to the top right of corner of Illustrator and look for this Layers tab. If you can't find it, you can go to Window and Properties, and that should make it pop up if that's not checked. So as you can see here, I have layer 1, and there's a little picture of what's going on in my workspace. You're going to want to double click that, and this layer options panel should show up. I'm going to want to click Template, and you can see that what that's going to do is it's going to make this dim images to 50%. And I'll click OK. You can see it's a bit lighter now, and it's locked up here in the top right. What this is going to do is it's going to make it a bit easier to trace. It's not going to be as prominent when you're working, so it's a little bit less distracting. And now what I'm going to want to do is, in this Layers tab, come down to the bottom here, and you can see what's going to look like a piece of paper with a corner folded up. You're going to want to click on that, and that'll create a new layer, and you'll start working in there. So we're going to start with the simple elements of this logo first. I'll click my rectangle tool, start it in the top corner, click, drag, and pull it to the other corner. Now it's not going to line up with my reference image perfectly because I freehand drew that, so I'm not going to have straight lines or anything, but it's just a reference. So I don't want this big white box here because I can't see what's going on in the rest of my logo. So I'll go to Properties, up here next to Layers, Fill, and I'll just turn that off. Also going to increase my stroke a little bit just so I can see what's going on. And that looks pretty good to me. I like where it is. So I'm going to move on for this circle now. I'm going to go back to that rectangle tool again, click and hold, and I'll bring up my other shape tools, and we'll go to the ellipse. Click, drag, hold shift to make it a circle. I would say that's about right. I'll go to my select tool, click it, and just move it around. Let's see if I can get it a bit closer to the one I drew. Perfect. Alright, so those are the shapes in this one. Pretty simple shapes. I could have done them with the line tool. It would have been a bit harder. So I decided to use the shape tool instead. Now we want to get these curved lines in here. I'm going to show you two different ways to do that. So the first one, I'm going to take my line tool, going to click on this circle because that's where I want it to start. I'll go about halfway, give or take a little bit. I'm going to click and hold. That's going to allow me to make this curved line. And I'll try and match it as best I can. Now as you can see, this next one, it already has the curve for me, so I'm just going to click and hold, but uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. So I'll let go. I'll Command Z or Control Z if you're on Windows, and I don't really like that curve. So I'm going to click this endpoint of the last one and click where I want my path to end. Click, hold, and that will allow me to make the curve I want. Now I'll just hit escape because I'm done with that line. Awesome, that looks pretty good. But now there's the issue of this is just a line through this circle. It didn't actually divide this shape up at all. As you can see, if I click here and go fill, I'll just have this circle with a line through it. If I click this and fill, let me get a different color, blue, I just make these kind of weird lines through it. And that's not what I want. I want this top kind of, I guess, third of the circle to be one shape, and then the rest to be a different shape. So I'm going to Command Z, just get these colors out of here, and take this whole line away. So I'm going to take my pen tool again. I'm going to do the same thing to start. So I'll draw my curve here. Click this end point. Go here. But then this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this endpoint again. This will let me draw a straight line instead of a curved line, and almost kind of just make this hat shape above my circle. Now, I know this seems pretty odd because that's not even remotely close to the shape I want, but with my select tool I'm going to highlight everything and use my shape builder tool over here on the left. I'm going to click in my rectangle and then into this kind of hat portion of the shape. So what that's going to do is it's going to eliminate the hat portion, right, because it combined the two shapes. It combined this rectangle with that hat portion, and it's going to leave just this inner circle as a shape. As you can see, there's kind of this grid pattern going on up there, indicating that now this is a shape. So if I go to my select tool, click off these, I can highlight this, and if I were to fill it in, it has color now. So now you can copy that same process for the bottom if you'd like, or if you come over here, use your line tool again, hold shift, make a straight line across, and now we're going to go over to the Curvature Tool. First I kind of unselect the line. Okay, so select my Curvature Tool, come over to this line. I'm just going to add 2 nodes to it, one here, one there, and then I can grab these nodes and pull them up. Kind of adjust the lines to what I want them to be. And there we go. Those are my 2 lines. But if you can see, again, I made the same mistake. So I'll get rid of this line. And I'll simply just straight line across, hat, go to my select tool, highlight everything, shape builder tool, click on my square, drag into the hat portion, and it's gone. So now I'll go back with my curvature tool, add those nodes, and make the curve. And just like that, I have my curved shape. To check that it's a shape, we'll go in, fill, we can add color. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you got a better idea of how to draw shapes and lines and use some of the tools a bit better. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.